Mary woke up to the sound of her alarm clock, feeling a sense of dread wash over her. She knew that today was the first day of a new school year, and she was filled with fear at the thought of going back to school. She had always struggled with anxiety, especially in social situations, and the prospect of facing new classmates, teachers, and expectations was overwhelming. As she got ready for school, Mary's mind kept racing with all the things that could go wrong. What if the other kids didn't like her? What if her teachers were too strict or demanding? What if she couldn't keep up with the work or understand the lessons? Despite her fears, Mary walked to school with her head held high, trying to act as if everything was normal. But as she got closer to the school gates, her heart started beating faster and faster. She could feel her palms sweating, her breath becoming shallow, and her muscles tensing up. When she walked into her classroom, Mary felt like everyone was staring at her. She tried to find a seat at the back of the room, hoping to go unnoticed. But her teacher, Mrs. Johnson, called her to the front of the class to introduce herself. Mary's voice shook as she spoke, and she felt like she was going to faint. But Mrs. Johnson was kind and understanding, and she sensed Mary's discomfort. She asked Mary some questions about herself, her interests, and her goals, and she listened attentively to Mary's answers. She also introduced Mary to some of her classmates, who smiled and welcomed her. As the day went on, Mary started to feel more comfortable and confident. She participated in class discussions, shared her ideas, and asked questions when she needed clarification. She also worked on some group projects with her classmates, which allowed her to get to know them better and collaborate with them. By the end of the day, Mary realized that her fears were unfounded. The other kids were friendly and welcoming, and her teachers were supportive and helpful. She had even made some new friends and learned a lot. She felt proud of herself for facing her fears and pushing herself out of her comfort zone. As Mary walked home from school, she realized that her fear of going back to school had been much worse than the reality. She knew that there would still be challenges ahead, but she felt more confident that she could handle them. She also felt grateful for the support and kindness of Mrs. Johnson and her classmates, who had made her feel welcome and valued. Mary's experience shows that fear can be overcome with patience, understanding, and support. It also shows that facing our fears can lead to growth, learning, and new opportunities. Mary is now looking forward to the rest of the school year with excitement and optimism.